Yo, he's just it was not good. I mean, it was good, but we didn't have one. Hi guys, and welcome to tonight's show. I'm Zeleny.
And I'm Wendy.
The disclaimer.
This show is not intended for kids under the age of 18 due to content, drugs, language, sex, alcohol, whatever you want to. You're the parent. Whatever you decide why they shouldn't watch it is the rules. That's it.
Yeah, we don't tell you what to do. We own the rights to the music that you hear, so we are sponsored by Zell's Total Body Sculpting and Permanent Makeup. We are taking a shot of...
It's a caramel shooter, but what do you call it?
Shooter. I couldn't remember the name of it. So what's actually in it, Wendy?
Salty caramel...
And chata?
Rum chata.
Yeah, there you go. You see? We're going to start it off.
Cheers.
That's really good, but you know what? If it would have been shook with ice, it would have been really good, nice and cold.
And a milkshake.
She likes everything in a milkshake. Tell us what we're drinking today.
We're drinking wine. It is pineapple flavored wine with mango talenti ice cream.
Yeah, you just throw it, pop it right in there. And
no ice.
No ice. And that actually tastes really good too. Oh, she's throwing it down today. That hiatus did us really good. We just came in with all these ideas flowing and just going in there.
We felt inspired.
Yeah. We normally say this at the end of the show, but I do want to get it out in the beginning of the show. So we hit 500 followers. So
on Instagram.
Do, 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 do.
What happened to that bullhorn?
Oh, hold on. Let's see if I remember how to use it. Oh, it went on. Wait, do I know how to... Please don't. Just turn it off because I don't know how to shut it off. I turned it off. Is it? That's the siren or that's on. Anyway.
Hello? Hello? Sorry. We'll play with this later.
We hit 500 followers. I mean, I'm ecstatic over that. We worked really hard. We worked behind the scenes. We worked together. We worked with our crew. So you already know
Hello? No. Sorry.
You know, we work with our crew. You guys don't see it, but we do. So it's really exciting for us. And we did say that we were going to do a raffle, right? It's a raffle?
Giveaway raffle.
Sweepstakes, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Sweepstakes sounds big.
I know it is big. It's a basket and it's full of goodies. A lot of you were really excited about the shirts that we were wearing. So in it is going to be that. There's a tumbler, there's games, there's alcohol. When we do present you, whoever the winner is, with the basket, you will have to show ID that you're over the age of 21 to be able to get the basket. Yeah,
look. If you're not, find someone who is.
Yeah. So we're going to be posting what you have to do to enter the raffle. It is going to be really cool. I'm excited. Are we allowed to enter it? Because I want the tumbler for myself. I want to be able to represent. No, I'm just kidding. We're probably all going to get a tumbler. So I'm really excited over that. So pay attention to that. That way you can join. Yeah, I'm really excited over that. Anyway, let's get into our first topic. So as you know, we were on hiatus. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay. Hiatus is really important because it takes you out of your natural, what you do every day. Work, children if you have it, double work if you do more than one job. What else? Just everyday things. And one of the things that I did was I went on vacation, and it was an adult's vacation. I did not bring my kids, and Wendy took some time off for herself. I'll let her explain what she did. I went outside of the country. I went to the Dominican Republic. Everybody knows I love the Dominican Republic. I have an amazing time. I went with amazing friends, and we just had a great time. What did you do, Wendy?
I saw a show, well, maybe two, I guess, a flower show, a drag show, I don't know. I'm up like that.
You went on nature? You went on nature walks?
Yeah.
Hiking?
I'm a simple gal.
Did you go with, now the topic is going.
No, my kids did not come. Fuck them bastards.
Fuck them kids.
Exactly.
A lot of people take offense to that. Now, I don't take offense to it because...
Hold on, I'm the only one that can say fuck them kids to my kids. Right?
Yeah, don't
Nobody
say
else.
Don't say that to my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Only you can say that to your kids. Nobody else can say that to your kids. But a lot of people take offense when you go on vacation and you don't take your children. Now, I go on vacation twice a year. One without children and one with my children. And people often say, well, why don't you take your kids on one?
Sometimes there's no reason why I'm stressed and I need a break. So fuck.
Right. Back in the day, I never went on vacation without my children. I would always be like, how can I go on vacation without my kids? And I can't remember who it was that told me, go on vacation without your children. You're going to always want to do it. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, it's not fair that they don't get to experience what I experienced. But what you don't understand as a parent is that you need to take that time away from your children. When you go on vacation and you always take your children, it's not really a vacation. And sometimes you feel guilt from doing it, but when you take your children, what is the first thing you do? You have to wake up, you have to wake them up, you have to feed them, bathe them, brush their teeth.
It depends on the age of the kids, where you're going on vacation, because now you're going to be in charge of packing their suitcase to make sure they have everything going there and coming back. Like, whatever they forget, you have to supply over there.
You have to make sure they eat, you feed them, you have to watch them.
And then the whole freaking security line at the airport, making sure they don't run, if they're younger, that they don't run off. Like, they're next to you, because I haven't seen a small airport.
Right.
Maybe they have a later.
But ABE is pretty small, but you still have to watch them in the ABE airport.
Or if you're traveling with a baby, then you're like, damn, I'm be on an airplane with a crying baby, and then you're worried about all the other passengers. Well, you might not be worried. Some people do, some people don't.
it's still, if you have a crying baby on the airport, you're going to worry about what other people, like keeping the baby calm. Did you see that reel of the guy that flipped out of the baby screaming in the tin can?
No.
You didn't?
But
I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it on our site.
Did you see about how the stewardess made the mom of these two kids get on the floor and pick up the popcorn kernel because the kids made a mess with it? Like, the stewardess like, nah, you pick the shit up, I'm not doing it.
So when you take your children, can you honestly say it's a real vacation for you as the mom?
It's a vacation for the kids. I'm here to supervise at this point.
Right. It's not. And let's just say you're an active dad and you're constantly watching your children, because there are dads that just forget it and leave it all to the mom. But there are some fathers out there.
There's some single fathers as well.
Right.
And they take their kids too, so.
That are watching their kids. So is it a vacation for you, Dad? No. When you go on vacation alone, all you have to worry about is waking up when you feel like it. If you feel like sleeping in until 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, you can do that. You're on vacation. You have to worry about dressing yourself, feeding yourself, bathing yourself, and that's about it. It takes you out of your daily routine and you can actually enjoy it. If you're married, you can enjoy your spouse. You can have conversations without having to worry about those kids
listening. Other things running through your head.
Right.
Like the stuff that takes every day, like maintaining a household.
Right. You can focus on that significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your chija, whatever.
Your mistress?
Yes. You can worry about...
What's the male version of a mistress? Mister?
I don't know. You can worry about whoever you're with. If you're there with friends, you can worry about building that relationship with your friends without having to worry about kids. And you shouldn't have to feel the guilt of focusing on that, because you are a person, you're an individual outside of your children.
Yeah, but there are people that will base their whole identity on being a parent.
Right.
So they don't know how to function outside of being that parent.
You end up losing who you are as an individual. And is that fair to yourself? No.
No, because you're the one who put yourself in that position, though.
You are, because you solely focus on that. And if you do that and you enjoy it, by all means, I'm not judging you. But at the same time, I don't expect somebody to judge me for wanting to leave my children behind and refocus on myself.
Judge away. I really don't give a shit, because at the end of the day, nothing my bills.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever you say is not gonna affect me, because I'm still gonna do what the fuck I want.
Right. But in society, a lot
we all fucked up.
Right. But a lot of people doesn't have that strong mentality either. We tend to have a strong mentality. Other people do focus on what people think of them.
Yeah.
Or like, damn, do they think I'm a bad parent because I left my kids for 6 days with my parent or my sister or my aunt and my uncle so that I can enjoy myself
the only way I'm thinking you're a bad parent is if your kid is 3 and you left them at home by themselves for 6 days.
Right. I'm not talking bad about my mom at all. My mom is like, who did you leave the kids with? I left them with my son.
Like your kids are older. They're like,
he's 19.
I was like,
yeah, but he's so small. Yeah, but he's 19. He's 19.
What is the height? What's the size of it?
I'm like, Mom. I was like, I can.
And how much bigger does he want him to be?
I'm like, Mom, I can remember when I was small, and my sister was probably like 17, 16, and you would leave us all night with her while you were out. And she's like, yeah, but times are different. I'm like, yeah, he's 19, he's in college. I'm out. I left a perfectly good schedule on the fridge. This is what you're going to cook. This is what you're going to do. Here's the bag of goodies. You're not allowed to touch the other bags for the week. We're good to go. If the house catches on fire, it's 911. Your uncle lives down the block. If anything happens, you have to do this, you have to do that. we're good to go.
And you have cameras. So you
I had cameras.
And you have phones. You could call and check in.
I did. I had cameras. I had phones. We looked on. To tell you the truth, I probably looked at the cameras maybe once or twice, but I solely focused on having fun, building my relationship with my friends, significant other, making sure I stayed hydrated because I was drinking a lot. Like, I really did focus. There's 365 days a year. I took 6 days.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
6 days to just focus on myself and having fun.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And you know what? At almost 40 years old, I'm understanding this. At almost 40 years old.
And you came back, your house was still intact, your kids were alive?
Yeah, I did have to come back and clean a little bit, but it didn't bother me because I was so relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry. You did stay here, but you did go out and do a lot of stuff. How did your mental state how did you come back each and every time from that?
So, like, everyone always thinks, like, oh, mental escape, it needs to be, like, a vacation or something long. It could just be a couple of hours. It can just be an hour. It's something just to break up the monotonity of everyday, like, your everyday routine, to give it change of scenery, change of schedule, change of whatever that you normally do. Something that's not going to make you think about your routine every day. Like, oh, at 3 o'clock I have to do this. At 5 I need to have dinner served. At 7 I need to have it all packed away and make sure the kids take a shower. 9:30 they all need to be in bed and I need to be in bed. It's just a break out of the norm. And that's basically what I did. Like, it was a girls' trip. We went to New York. We went and saw the orchid show. We went to dinner. We ate Italian food and made a fool of ourselves. Like, that's all I need. So, like, it's just like the little things. Whether it be a walk on a trail for an hour or a book at a coffee shop. Like, it doesn't need to be an all-day thing if you can't afford to, or if you don't have the time to do it.
Right. How do your kids feel when you leave?
Bella's basically my mom. Like, you think I'm joking. I literally laughed to New York. She knew. She was like, it's not on the calendar, like, 2 weeks prior, because we have this shared calendar with all our schedule. And she's like, you didn't put your calendar on there, so I'm assuming you're not going. So I put it on. I need you to text me when you get there. Mm-hmm. Are you on your way home? What time are you coming back? Mind you, my fucking daughter's 18. She's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. When I got back, my older son was like, well, did you have a good time without us? And I was like, I had an amazing time. He was like, well, let me just tell you, you have no idea.
I can imagine.
He was like, you had no idea how frustrating it was. I was like, I have no idea how frustrating it was. He was like, to take care of these kids. I was like, oh, I don't have no idea how frustrating it is to take care of you guys. And he was like, I would say something and they had a comment for everything I said. I was like, oh, really? I was like, oh, well. And it was
you
funny.
Like, here's a glimpse of parenthood.
I was
don't
like,
have kids.
Well, no, he doesn't plan on having kids. Well, and he's like, yeah. He was like, it was so great having you back. And he was like, well, let's talk about our trip now. I was like, oh, let's talk about our trip. So it's funny seeing that. But like I said, if you're a parent and you have children, I highly recommend taking a trip by yourself.
And what is it they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe that break will make you come back and love them a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's go on to topic number 2. It is, since we're on like the vacation topic, we're gonna kind of keep it within that. We're going into, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Please excuse me if I said it wrong. Shanquella?
I would say Quella.
Shanquella Robinson. She went on vacation with friends. She went to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
in Mexico, she was killed because that's what happened. She was killed by these so-called friends. And what happened? That's my question. Like, I've been following this story. She was killed by her so-called friends.
I mean, I know the videos went viral.
They went viral. Her friends, I have to put these in parentheses. Her friends called her parents and said they don't know what happened to her, but they know what happened. She was beat to death. You could hear her pleading for them to stop. She didn't fight back. She didn't fight them back. Not one of them. And now, within the past couple of days, they have ruled that I was trying to figure out where that noise was coming from, and it's my own computer. I'm like, can somebody put their phone on mute? And it's my computer. They ruled that incident not a homicide at all.
Mm-mm.
How does that happen? Videos have gone viral of them beating her. And they all came back.
Yeah. They're all in the U.S.
They're all in the U.S. So there's a couple of things I want to say. Did she really, like, you went on a whole vacation with people that you called your friends. Did you know these people that you went to Mexico with? And the first 2 or 3 days were fine. And then they beat her out of nowhere. Like, do you really know who your friends are?
I would like to think I do, because I only have like a handful and I've known them for years, but you never really know someone's true colors.
You never know nobody's true colors. And this is something that, as you get older, you start realizing who your friends are.
Yeah, definitely.
You really start, and you start
You don't
off...
worry about the quantity, you worry about the quality.
The quality. And this is something that I've been realizing. You start with 10, like I have 10 friends, and as you start getting older, it goes to 9, it gets to 8, 7, 6, 5, and then you're left with 4 friends.
I might have like 6.
And if you Google, anyways.
A cougar.
That's what I am. If you Google it, anyway, if you Google her, they will show you the videos. She's in the room by the bed. She's on the floor, and there's like 5, 6 of them beating the shit out of her. And it's not only women, it's men.
And the FBI won't do anything till they say there's insufficient evidence.
Like, what more do you need? What more do you need? There's video. My thing is it because it's off of U.S. territory that they can't do anything?
No, they definitely can.
They can. She's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
And she was beat.
They could definitely ask to have the body flown over so that they can do their own autopsy and stuff like that, but I don't know if the U.S. did, because I'm going to be honest, I haven't really been very well up to date on that, but I do recall when it first came out that they said something about that it was alcohol poisoning that she died of.
That's what
the friend said.
The friend said to the parent.
But then when Mexico did their autopsy, there was no mention of alcohol.
No.
So then the family went and pleaded a case with the FBI or whatever to look into it, and those videos went viral. And the FBI's like, we don't have enough evidence. But meanwhile, we've caught people for less and given them time for less. I mean, how many innocent people we got locked up on bullshit evidence?
My thing here is, well, I can't get over the part is, these were people she called her friends. These were people, she didn't know them actually though very long.
That's probably where she fucked up.
That's where she messed up. She didn't know these people very long.
Because I'm not going out the country with somebody I don't know that long.
That's too. I'm not going with people that I definitely.
Unless I have my own group of friends. and or my own. But even then.
And here, I'm not even gonna, not even with people that I've been with, friends with a long time. You get to know their character. You get to know how they are. You get to know how they react in certain situations. And I sometimes don't choose to be a part of it. So I won't go with you to certain places.
I mean, I'm definitely all gonna be there type of person for certain reasons. It's not like sometimes I'll suck it up and be there depending on the event and how long it is. But if it's gonna be, I'm not trying to drain myself socially, mentally, whatever, just to like pretend to be cordial and pleasant. I'd rather not go. And it's nothing against whoever's boosting it. It's just negativity needs to stay away.
I'm trying to find the video to see if I can just turn my computer around and show you how she was beaten.
Is this it?
Because you can kind of show. And she was beautiful. But my thing in here is there have been, and I don't want to make it a race thing, but had it been a Caucasian person who was beat like that in Mexico, would the FBI pursue?
Well, that's just like when.
Would they pursue different charges?
Of course. It's all stuck up, but of course.
And she was so beautiful. I'm sorry. But where she messed up was going with people she didn't really know. That plain and that simple. You have to know who you're dealing with, especially when you're going outside of the country, outside of even anywhere. I'm sorry, it doesn't even have to be outside of the country. It could be Florida, Virginia, Myrtle Beach, anywhere. That plain and that simple. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see if I can pull up the video for you. Because I kind of want to show you the video so that you can see for yourself whether the FBI has enough evidence where they can pursue charges. Yeah.
Now, the issue could be, I mean, like I said, I've never watched the video, could be that they can't figure out who to charge. If there's 6 people, you can't figure out which one you're going to charge for the murder, like who gave
all of them.
Who gave the final blow. You can charge the other one for assault, attempted murder, or whatever, but only which one dealt the killing blow, basically.
But if you charge them all, one of them will start speaking up for a plea deal.
We would hope so.
Come on.
Well, they might have taken it off.
They probably did, especially since it is
brutal to watch.
It's probably part of an FBI investigation.
Well, Mexico wanted to extradite somebody in regards to the case, but I don't think we, in the U.S., accepted or whatever. They wanted to bring someone over. I don't know if it was to charge it, to interview or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think, I don't know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they won't show the video.
Let me see. Go ahead.
But I mean, either or. It kind of teaches you a lesson. You need to choose your friends wisely. You have to get to know their character. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't sit right, don't keep forcing it. Do not, if somebody shows you who they are, That's who they are.
Don't make excuses for their...
Right. Don't try to say, no, but... That's who they are.
Nothing before that but matters.
Right. A lot of, you know what it is too? She tried her hardest to fit in somewhere. People need to explain that it is okay to be a loner sometimes. There's nothing wrong with being a loner. Her mom used to say that she tried to fit in. She tried to make friends. And here, people took advantage of her. And the mom used to tell her, like, it is okay if you don't fit in society. And she always was like, well, I want to make friends. And she probably only knew these people for like a month or two. And then they invited her on a trip. And she's really pretty. And sometimes jealousy. And it's not only about what you have, how much money you have. It doesn't only come down to that. It could be your looks. It could be how somebody loves you. It could be friends that you have.
People get jealous over the littlest things.
The littlest things. And
you may not realize it, but they're like viewing you as competition. Meanwhile, this whole time you're viewing them as a friend.
And she was very innocent. And it cost her life.
I mean, sometimes sometimes it takes a lot to realize that you might view them as a friend, but the whole time you were their friend. They weren't really yours.
Right.
Sometimes friendships aren't two-sided. So you might have considered them your friend, but in reality, everyone else that's looking in is like, well, you were their friend and they were your acquaintance. Like, you were there, but they didn't need the energy you were bringing to that relationship or friendship, whatever you want to call it.
And it cost her life. And you know how they say, oh, justice will always prevail? Is it going to for her?
Justice does not always prevail. Welcome to the U.S.
And it's not for her. And as much as her family is fighting right now for justice, there's a possibility that it may. How long is it going to take, though?
Years. If it ever happens. It sounds fucked up, but it's the truth. I mean, how many innocent people stayed in jail and they didn't get out till years down the road, 17, 18, and 20, because something exonerated them? Yeah, I don't think you're gonna find video, man.
No, we're not. It definitely got pulled. The video got pulled because of the FBI investigation.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't. As a family member, I wouldn't want the video
on the internet.
I wouldn't want it to be like, that's what everyone remembers my child for. Because when you Google their name or whatever, that's the first thing that pops up, not whatever she did prior to that.
Yeah. Anything left to say on that?
I mean, and it's not even just traveling with friends. Sometimes you, like, when you just travel outside the country or whatever, you've never been there. People go, like, this was a while ago, this lady one I think went to, like, Syria or something like that, and she wasn't, like, they have different customs because of religion. You know, how, like, women's hairs are kept, you're not supposed to be, like, very provocative. Yes, revealing. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And stuff like that. She was just didn't bother to brush up on their rules and laws, and I do remember her getting thrown in jail. I don't know what happened after that because I didn't keep up, but it's simple things like that. Like if you're flying out, even if you're doing solo, like you can like contact the U.S. Embassy, give them your copy of your passport, leave a copy of your passport with someone local. Like there's stuff you can do to take preventative measures, and even with friends. Like, hey, if you don't know people, don't do an Airbnb. Get a hotel. Like, if you're not sure, like, you should have your own room, your own space that you can get away from someone else. I mean, if you're sharing a room and you don't know these people well, it's pretty easy for them to attack you.
Yeah. Was that in the room?
don't know if they live in a hotel or Airbnb. They said they robbed her before they killed her.
Why would they rob her? What?
I don't know. And that's the thing, because some people be stupid as hell just flaunting money. I mean, I don't know if that's what she did, and I'm not saying that is what she did, but you've heard instances and cases where somebody was stupid and flaunted their money. Like, they flaunted on social media, and then they get jumped.
I don't think, no, but her character wasn't like that, though. I mean, I don't know her, but according to everything that I've read on her, she wasn't the type to flaunt.
Okay.
She was really, really humble.
So then maybe her friends just knew she had the money.
Friends.
Acquaintances, associates, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she met them online.
If I'm not mistaken, she met them where she worked. She started working. But that's sad. Get to know the people that you're really, not everybody's your friend. And that's a term that is thrown around loosely. It's a term that's thrown around loosely. Not everybody's your friend. And I don't even use that term anymore loosely. That's somebody I know, somebody I met, a coworker, somebody, I mean, I just said it yesterday. I'm like, that's not my friend. She knows that person. I don't know that person. You know what I'm saying?
Acquaintance.
That's somebody I just met, or whatever the case may be. Get to know the people that you're going to surround yourself with really well. Stop throwing the term friend around loosely. Don't go with people you don't know. And like you said, if you're gonna go somewhere, make sure you're in a room by yourself, nice and safe. Don't let everybody in. I mean, it's really sad what she's going through. We're talking about being on vacation. We're talking about being outside the United States. So we're going to go to our next topic, which is having work done, plastic surgery, anything like that outside of the United States. I'm not one to judge whenever you have anything done outside of the United States. I do have a feeling when you don't educate yourself well, especially going outside of the United States. So many things has happened to women. You know, that's something,
surgery,
right? And it's something that's so popular because they don't have FDA regulations. They don't have limits as to what they can do on a body outside of the United States. That's why a lot of women go outside of the United States to have work done, because there's no limits. Like here,
I thought it was like because it was cheaper.
It is cheaper, but one of the reasons why, like, let's just say if you're gonna have liposuction done here in the United States, there's a certain limit that you can get done. A certain amount of liters of of fat that can be taken out. A lot of women like to have it done outside of the United States because they're more aggressive. They can give you more of a figure, like a tinier waist, where here in the United States they can only do so much. That is allowed. And because it is cheaper, actually, as well. But what women and men, because men have been getting a lot of work done, like they want that six-pack, so they're getting it etched.
Did you see like they have that knee lengthening so that you can be taller?
Knee lengthening, ankles, etched stomachs.
This leaves me be fat.
Well, they're going outside, but what they fail to do is
homework.
Educate themselves. I don't judge. I don't care. I'm really pro whatever you want done. If you like the way your body looks natural, by all means, more power to you. If you want to get work done, more power to you. Whatever you want, more power to you. But when I'll sit there and say you're really stupid, is if you don't educate yourself.
I think people are too more invested in having the end goal. Like they want to see that fast they don't want to put in the work. They just want that fast thing. So when they get stuff done, they're like, I didn't expect it to be this demanding, or for it to take this long, or for me to have to do this. Because regardless whether you go to the gym or get the work done, there's some certain upkeeps and stuff that you have to keep up with. And people don't, not everyone thinks that. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to do this surgery and that's it. That's that. It's like, no, there's, care, aftercare too that you got to keep up with. And sometimes that's harder than the actually having to go to the gym. Yeah. Depending on what kind of work you get done, clearly.
One of the things, I can talk about this because I have my own business, body sculpting. And as a professional, you see a lot of women don't educate themselves as far as when you get work done, what comes with it. They just think, oh, I'm going to have something done. Did you educate yourself on what needs to be done afterward? Like, let me see. I can speak about this because I can. If you get a tummy tuck done, did you know that you have to wear like a faja for 6 to 9 months afterward? A lot of women don't know that. Why? Oh, well, my doctor didn't tell me that. Your doctor is not responsible for you to educate yourself on making sure you know what you're putting your body through. Did you know that you have to go for lymphatic massages to make sure that the area that you're getting a surgical procedure done doesn't stay hardened, like the scar tissue doesn't form? You have to go for lymphatic massages. Oh, well, I went and they didn't tell me that. You went outside and you got it done. You didn't think of educating yourself. Did you know that if you go for liposuction, you may not get fat back where you had liposuction done, but you'll get fat back in other places of your body. So if you had liposuction in your stomach, you won't get fat there again, but you'll get it in your back.
How come you won't get fat there again?
Because they sucked it out there. So they burned it there, so it's not going to come back there, but it'll come back here, it'll come back here, it'll come back here, or your breasts will get bigger because the fat will go there. You didn't educate yourself. Oh, well, he didn't tell me that. That's not his responsibility. That's yours.
He's there to perform the process.
He's there to perform the process for you, what you're asking for. Did you bother to do that?
And if not, you should have asked the questions before, during consultation.
Right. You're supposed to come with a list of questions. I have questions. I need you to answer that for me. It's not just, let me get on a plane, let me go somewhere, and let me get this done. And that's it. I'm going to be...
Or just getting on your internet and being like, hey, I'm going to go with this doctor because they're offering it the cheapest, but not checking to see if they're licensed, what their reviews are, their recommendations.
They're not board certified, because even though you're going to a different country, they still should be board certified. You're putting yourself at risk.
So you're going into these like back alley doctors to get these work done, and then you're like, oh, my butt didn't come out looking right, like I have Zens, or it's hard and it's not, doesn't feel right.
Did you look at the death rate? Because you can still find information on that physician. Did you look at the reviews? Did you look at the pictures? Did you look up any information at all on this physician?
Mm-hmm. No. I don't like doctors, so I'm not getting any work done.
Man, if I had to sugar daddy pay for all of that, boom, 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 you know? But I would be like, I'd be getting my information, because you just don't go to anybody. You don't just pick anything. You don't just do anything.
And just because they're the cheapest or the most expensive doesn't mean they're the best.
Right. I've had people where they've gone to a really expensive, well-known doctor, and they're botched. they're really botched. And that's ugly. But they went to the most expensive. And they don't understand why. Did you go and do your research on this doctor? Did you look at the pictures? Now, who does that fall on? Does that fall on the doctor or does it fall on you?
You.
It falls on you.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen and I've read physicians who are taking your fat because I don't have enough fat, but they're taking your fat and they're putting it into my body because I want a fat transfer. You want to get rid of your fat.
No, I get what you're saying.
I need fat because I want a BBL, and they're giving me your fat. We're not compatible.
I know. That's why I'm like, that's crazy.
They don't do that here.
Do they need a population? What does that entail? Because until them having to cut me open, I'm not for it.
I don't know.
If it's like a certain.
I don't know. I have enough fat in my body.
I'm not like re on
Sounds
the side.
bad.
I was like, I just donated.
You name it.
Like,
But
I got a little to give away.
the problem with society is they want everything the easy way without doing the research. And I'm not saying the easy way is the bad way. Whatever you want to do, like we said, it's your life. But you need to educate yourself. You don't want to do anything without some type of education.
You remember years ago there was like a doctor, I think what was it, they were putting like some net in people's butt
Yes.
as fillers.
Yes. It was a form of cement that once it was injected in the body, it would get really hard. So literally, the woman would be able to like grab it and flip it. Like, could you imagine?
Him trying to clap the
No,
cheeks.
not even clap the cheeks. Like, I've been sitting really long. This butt cheek hurts. Let me just flip it around. Maybe the other side doesn't hurt.
Oh God. It's like I can only imagine lap dances must be fun.
What did the famous the lookalike Kardashian just pass away from?
I don't keep up with the Kardashians. Like they're fucking stupid.
No, it's not even the Kardashians.
Anyone who's obsessed with them, I feel is stupid too. That's just my opinion. I love you, but fuck them bitches. And
I
their whole
know.
family.
Well, I used to love Kylie until she went for Selena Gomez. That's it. If you're a mean girl, I can't take you.
I can't take
Or if you
any
try
of
to
them
be a mean
serious.
girl, you're a loser.
I can't take any of them serious.
Yeah, her name is, look, Christina Ashton Organi. She's the Kim Kardashian lookalike, died of a cardiac arrest following a plastic surgery procedure. She was 34 years old.
And I can only imagine your body can only endure how many surgeries. I mean, I don't know how many she had, but I'm just saying after a while, it's gotta take a toll on your body. Like, cause.
Let me see if I can.
She's not even pretty.
But she really does look like Kim Kardashian. I'm sorry. But how many can your body, you can't even see that. Let me see. I'm trying to look. How many? How many can your body endure before it gives out? Your body can only take so much. And I can't imagine that being performed How many of them were performed here?
I'm gonna say she probably went.
In the U.S. Because the U.S. has a cutoff where it's like.
Let's be honest though, if you have enough money, there's enough doctors in the world, even in the U.S., that will be like, we will label it as something else. There's a loophole for everything when you want it really badly.
You think?
You live in the U.S., of course you fucking know this. That's how we get away with shit when we're not supposed to do stuff.
Where did she die?
I have no idea.
Let's see.
Oh, your images gotta go all. Maybe you gotta click on it. I don't know. And I can't imagine, like, to get so much plastic surgery to look like someone else. How much do you dislike yourself to have to look like someone else?
I mean, she was probably making a lot of money on OnlyFans.
But to alter yourself.
And here's my thing: you had so much money, to have so many plastic surgeries done, but then for your funeral, you create a GoFundMe.
Well, she clearly didn't create it because she was dead, so it had to be her parents. But,
I mean, yeah. Ooh, GoFundMe.
Like she's pretending to have died and set up her own GoFundMe to keep the money. Well, maybe she had so much money that she spent it all on her plastic surgery.
I would like to know where though. Where did she die? Because I know for a fact the United States has a limit. Yeah, it doesn't say. I know she's based in California, but I don't know. It's wild to me.
It says she passed away in a California hospital.
Oh, okay.
So it was in the U.S.
4:30 in the morning. There goes to show you. So the topic is work outside the U.S., but the work outside the U.S. is just the same as in the U.S.
I just feel like there's more regulations with the U.S.
Yeah, there is.
And it's not as easy to find unlicensed doctor to do your. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find one. I'm not saying it's not in the U.S., but it's easier to find them abroad. Because you basically have to do your homework, and even then, like, you hear accidents like breast augmentations gone wrong, where people have lost their nipples and messed up asses and
There's
aneurysms.
there's more accidents or more malpractice outside of the U.S.
Yeah. And
Just because there's less regulations. Just make sure you do your homework. You know what? I'm not even going to do this. I ain't telling you what to do. What am I to tell you what to do?
She said, if you want to die, go ahead. That's not my problem.
Stop. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. She be twisting and turning my words. That is not what I said. Anyways, we want to thank you for joining tonight. No more hiatus. Oh, we do want to mention next week. You do want to turn up. Well, we do want to turn up because we are going to have Cinco de Mayo here.
Now you're about to have a whole bunch of people at your house. Like, I heard there was a Cinco de Mayo party.
Well, there is Cinco de Mayo. If you want to be a live audience. What? Oh, why'd you turn up your chin like that? Oh, There is, I mean, if you want to be a live audience member, you're more than welcome to, but there is Cinco de
Or
Mayo.
if you want to be a guest,
You can be a guest.
bring your poncho.
Because we can like
Rotate that?
Yes, we can do that too. Oh my god, the ideas are just flowing.
Well, let's see if they even
Poncho,
alcohol
mariachi, and not my dog, but mariachi hat.
alcohol,
There's gonna definitely be alcohol. There's gonna be what? The Sunset Boulevard.
Mexican sunset.
Yeah. Piñata,
And shots of tequila.
shots of tequila,
Anybody.
poncho. Did you say poncho already,
I
right?
said bring a poncho.
And we are gonna be doing the.
Or Pedro. It's like, I'm kidding.
There and the I always want to say the sweepstakes, the giveaway.
Okay.
So see you next week. Yep. I think that's just gonna be like